Peter, Maria, good evening. Speaker of the House Mike Johnson is in hot water tonight after answering a question from Citrus TV News about the CHIPS and Science Act. That law includes incentives that help to bring Micron to Central New York, the largest private investment in American history. Williams was initially critical of the law, calling it, quote, corporate welfare in an op-ed in August of 2022. But then, once Micron was announced to be coming here in October, Williams got on board, saying he actually would have voted for the law if he was in Congress at the time. But one person who was in Congress at the time was House Speaker Mike Johnson. He voted against the CHIPS Act, and just last week on the Joe Rogan podcast, former President Donald Trump said that the law is, quote, so bad. I asked Johnson and Williams what they would do to the CHIPS Act if they're elected. Mr. Speaker, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it. So, two quick questions, if I may. The former president has said that he doesn't support the CHIPS and Science Act. You voted against it. If you have a Republican majority in Congress and Trump in the White House, will you guys try to repeal that law?
I expect that we probably will, but we haven't developed that part of the agenda yet. We got to get over the election first, and that's why we're so happy to be in New York's 22nd.
And then for the congressman, would you vote to repeal or keep the CHIPS Act if that vote came?
No, obviously the CHIPS Act is hugely impactful here, and my job is to keep lobbying on my side. That's why I've crossed the aisle and supported many things that against leadership. But that's our partnership. That's how we're going to get through this. Being reelected, I will remind him night and day how important the CHIPS Act is, and that we break ground on Micron. It's coming.
When you have an issue that is where consensus is necessary to be built, because different states have different perspectives on these things, you have to have somebody who is a strong advocate for that legislation. People listen to Brandon Williams. If that's an important thing for your district, you need this guy there to make that case.
Now, in a statement posted to X, Kamala Harris's spokesperson responded to Citrus TV's interview with Johnson saying, quote, wow, Mike Johnson confirms he and Trump would repeal the CHIPS law, which is investing in new plants and manufacturing in Pennsylvania, Michigan, North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, all swing states. It's creating thousands of jobs, says Ian Sams, a spokesperson for Kamala Harris. It's also creating jobs here in Central New York, which is why Congressman Brandon Williams has now released a new statement walking things back. He says, quote, I spoke privately with the speaker immediately after the event. He apologized profusely, saying he misheard the question from Citrus TV. He also says that I trust the local media to play his full comments in supporting repatriation of chips manufacturing. Speaker Mike Johnson said, as I further explained and clarified, I fully support Micron coming to Central New York, and the CHIPS Act is, quote, not on the agenda for repeal. Johnson was campaigning in Syracuse today with Williams and other local Republicans to win back this important seat that is ranked by nonpartisan analysts the most vulnerable for Republicans in the nation. Reporting in studio tonight, Luke Radel, Citrus TV News. Marie and Peter, back over to you.